Day. It is 20 to 3, so scientists are warning that grandparents are a potential health hazard for kids. Now, this is research from the University of Glasgow, which claims those who spoil their grandchildren with sweet treats and big helpings of food could even increase their risk of cancer. It says essentially that grandparents have a huge influence on young people's lives and should be targeted like parents with public health messaging. We want to know what you think about this. 166 177. You can email studio@manxradio.com. This review was of 56 studies, and it found that grandparents are, and this is their words, killing youngsters with kindness by overfeeding them with snacks and sweets, which is setting the stage for obesity and illness in later life. And really more grandparents are looking after children now because of changes in social conditions, so more women in the workforce, childcare costs and a rise in lone parenting. These figures from this study found 44% of children are now regularly cared for by grandparents, with children spending an average of 10 hours a week with them. But this review has found grandparents were often having a negative impact on their grandchildren's health, especially in areas of weight and diet, through treating and overfeeding and not encouraging physical activity. Apparently they often bring out biscuits at the slightest hint of a tantrum, and they are also too protective as well, because the thought of losing children when out in the park, for example, means that they are keeping the kids under house arrest. Again, their words, not mine. A really interesting study. I don't think it's any secret that grandparents are probably a little bit more lenient than actual parents, but is it really such a bad thing, Ben?
I don't know. I mean, it all sounds fairly dramatic, doesn't it? Like you said when you were just reading some of the information there, it does sound very dramatic indeed. Again, it is interesting because you're right. I think, as we say, no secret that grandparents potentially can be more lenient than parents. And as I was saying earlier on, when I used to go to my nana and granddad's, there was often lots of chocolate there, and that was always something to look forward to. I don't think it did me any harm, and I'm still here and I'm absolutely fine. So I don't think that did me any harm at all. But it is an interesting point about grandchildren playing more of a role in their grandchildren's lives now, grandparents, because perhaps once upon a time, more traditionally, they might have only seen the grandkids maybe once a week at weekends, but they're doing more child minding now. So perhaps need to bear in mind some of the things that the parents might have to about healthy eating and so forth, and not having too many sugary sweet treats.
Heidi, how worried do you get about your daughter going to grandparents and how she's treated?
They're probably listening, so I'll be nice. No, I'm joking. I rely hugely on my parents to look after Eleanor when I'm at work and doing various things in the evening, and also my brother and sister-in-law, and I'm 100% confident that they completely go against what this report has found. Healthy treats, and she gets taken to the park, and I'm fairly certain that my mum is as strict with Eleanor as I am with her when it comes to tantrums, that the biscuit tin doesn't get brought out at the first sign of one, and she'll get sent to go and sit at the bottom of the stairs. And
Shan, what do you think? To grandparents being a little bit too lenient nowadays?
I don't think so. I think everybody loves to spoil the little one. You love to see the happy face, and of course there's a limit that how much sugar you give it to the children. And I really like to look into those like healthy diet. And my parents know they're great. Whatever they give it to them, they always ask us first, is that allowed to give it to them? And I think a little bit of a sweet that made them happy is acceptable.
Yeah. Emma, were you a spoilt grandchild?
I was a little bit spoilt, but it hasn't done me any harm. And it wasn't a case of house arrest either. We spent quite a bit of time with my nana because she would pick us up from school when we were at primary school. And we wouldn't be under house arrest. We'd go out, we'd go to the park and things. So, I'm fine.
I wonder if it's slightly different for us over here, maybe touch wood, because it is a safer environment. Maybe that sort of notion of being outside is a little bit freer over here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think this is it, isn't it? And I know some grandparents who are actually perhaps a bit more strict than the